A story going around today claims that the actor who played Barney the Dinosaur now works as a sex guru.
He makes $350 a session to help them release energy and balance their chakras.
So it's a scam of a lifetime.
Barney the Dinosaur is incredibly creepy. There are tons of rumors surrounding the man behind Barney. Some people believe that he's a drug addict. Others think Barney preys on children. But in all actuality, he's a creepy man who's been manipulating women for decades. So let's get into it. I'm sorry to ruin everybody's childhood, but we need to talk about Barney. Because the guy who used to play Barney the Dinosaur is even more perverted than we all thought.
Being Barney was never an accident. I was supposed to do this character.
Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination, and when he's tall, he's what we call a dinosaur sensation.
This is David Joyner, and he's the man inside the Barney costume. And I must admit that he's a weird dude. He's been quoted saying, quote, "Well, the night before the audition for Barney, I had this dream. And in this dream, Barney passes out, and I have to give Barney mouth-to-mouth resuscitation."
In this dream, Barney passes out, and I have to give Barney mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. So on the way to the audition, I'm sitting at a stoplight and something says look up. So I look up and there's this billboard. It says breathe life into your vacation, Southwest Airlines. And then it hits me. I had to breathe life into Barney in my dream. If I go into this audition, breathe life into this character, I'm going on vacation.
So David obviously landed the role and he was Barney, but I don't know if this network did any background checks or any research into David, because he wasn't just an actor, he was also a massage therapist with a specialty.
David Joyner, he was the guy who was inside Barney for 10 years. He wasn't the voice, he was just the Barney body. And, well, now he's a tantric sex expert.
So David's really into tantric sexual spirituality, like therapy, and he claims this was a big part of his role as Barney, which he played from the years 1991 through 2001.
Joyner played Barney from 1991 to 2001. My kids loved him.
Don't tell our children,
Past
they'll be
tense
scarred.
loved him. He says his tantric training actually helped him maintain his energy in the 70-pound, 120-degree costume.
He said that Barney was the perfect tantric opportunity for him to grow and learn. He's also been quoted saying that a lot of the elements of Barney were a lot of the things I was training in Tantra, which really rubs me the wrong way, because his Tantra practices are very sexual based, and Barney, I didn't really associate that with that character. So David now has his own practice. He's not playing Barney anymore, and he created his practice in 2004, but he's been practicing tantric sex since the 80s.
Looking into a beloved children's performer. A story going around today claims that the actor who played Barney the Dinosaur now works as a sex guru. And this is actually true. 54-year-old David Joyner is now working as a tantric massage therapist in Los Angeles.
A lot of articles I found about this story claim that David started this after Barney, but that is far from the truth, because he was practicing this type of therapy, massage therapy business while he was playing the character. Lawyers for Barney and friends told David to keep his hobby to himself as he was working as Barney on a kid's show. But he didn't, and I have a problem with that, because David continued to practice this in secret, sometimes with members of the crew. Again, claiming that this mindset helped him with the role, but who was he hooking up with in the crew? And I thought that was like against the rules. So now he's using this like practice, this therapy to hook up with people and to justify it through spirituality. So now David has an entire business doing this called Tantra Harmony, which is not legal. David offers these one-on-one sessions with his clients where they connect their mind, body, and spirit as one. The former Barney's actor services go beyond massages and include intercourse course, with clients who have to sign a contract stating that they aren't police or part of any prostitution sting. Here's a screenshot of his website with his mission statement, and I have to admit that his website is really outdated. If you guys have not checked out my website, definitely go check it out, SloanHooks.com. We will have merch there soon. The website's still changing visually, but go check it out. You can see a lot of great things there.
Detail what his job does entails are way too graphic to share with you here, but he says he charges about $350 to help his goddesses release energy and balance their chakras.
So David's offering way more than just massages. There's some type of relationship here where he refers to them as goddesses. Of course, he's only taking female clients, so he's not taking male clients because he helps them through doing it. He claims when the lingam, which is the boy part, and the yoni, the girl part, meet, there's this energy that like happens. And a lot of these women, his clients, he's got about 30, they all receive help from him through this. And of course, he's been super public about his knowledge and sharing what he's got to offer. The entertainer turned therapist compared oral to saying grace before a meal. When you go down on a woman, it should be like you're saying grace, like blessing the food you're about to receive. No food in the world can compare to a goddess's nectar. Oh my God, I cannot read this anymore. Let's move along. And again, I actually don't have problems with people like being intimate or spiritual when it comes to intimacy. I mean, that's beautiful. That's great. That's better than like, you know, not having any feelings at all. But the business itself is sketchy because clients learn of David's services a few different ways. Some of them met through Tinder on a hookup app where he wooed with his bedroom expertise and converted these women into paying customers. In California, it's illegal to solicit a massage intended to arouse. The Barney star said that he skirts around possible prosecution charges by offering a free first session where no money is exchanged. And you guys may know I do support SEX workers, but this is just manipulation. And of course, there's no condom being used because the condom blocks energy. Didn't block the energy when he was in the Barney outfits, you know, with the spiritual world, but that condom, it completely blocks the energy, so that can't be used. Kimberly Anderson is a therapist and professor at UCLA, and she's been quoted saying that even P-stars in California use condoms, and that David's practice is unethical for him not to use condoms, and it's irresponsible. Even if there are some massage-like qualities involved in these services, you cannot legally pay someone for this intimacy. It's just against the law in California, yet he's, you know, explaining it to the world like it's okay. And there's no doubt in my mind that he was doing this far before 2004 because he was doing it on the set of the Barney show with some of the crew members. He must be a really talented man. I mean, I must give him that. I mean, he's selling these for $350 a session. But I think it is manipulative that he like allows them to come in for their free initial session so that he can charge them later and pressure them into unsafe SEX. Also, I did read one article too that claimed that he like only does it like if you don't fully go, you can't just go and get a massage from him. Like you are getting the full experience. And if you're like nervous or not trying to like do it with this man on the first date, then you're just not ready for his services yet. So he turns down people who are not ready to just like jump into it.
And he has about 30 clients. This is crazy. 30 clients, and he makes $350 a session to help them release energy and balance their chakras. So is that what you guys call it now? I need to release some energy?
Oh, yeah, I've always called it that.
Oh,
That's a way better job than the Barney job.
That's a scam of a lifetime.
I love you.
It is a scam of a lifetime. And honestly, when it comes to spirituality, there's a community who really advocates for it, and then there's a community who exploits it. And I do feel like David exploits this. He's been quoted saying, "Before I got into the costume, I would pray and ask God to allow his loving divine spirit to flow through me, through the costume, and let that draw the kids. That energy would always draw them in. Children are more connected spiritually than adults. A lot of times when I see infants and I'm out and about the grocery store or whatever, they start staring at me. I make the joke, you know who I am." So they feel, or he feels like children can sense who he is through his costume through the screen. The energy I brought up while in the costume is based on the foundation of Tantra, which is love. Everything stems and grows and evolves from love. Even when you have an emotionally blocked energy, the best way to remove it is to remove it with love. So I guess he helps his clients remove it, which by that he does it physically. A lot of people didn't know who David was when he was the Barney character, but the show itself, it ended up ending abruptly because there were so many controversies. People just hated Barney. I mean, he was on TV for so long and media started to develop very quickly and he became old news and people started to create stories about how creepy the character was. In 1997, the San Diego Chicken would run comedy sketches showing Barney getting beaten up pretty badly. I saw some clips of Barney being exploded and pulled apart. So there were tons of people out there hating on Barney, and that hate started to spew into the workplace because people who were working on the show were targeted. The voice of Barney, so not David, but another guy who was the voice, said that he was getting threats from 9-year-olds where they were quoted saying, "I'm going to find you, I'm going to kill you," which is really alarming. I mean, that's coming from a 9-year-old. And I don't know if you guys heard about that 6-year-old who a teacher recently, but that actually happened not too far from my hometown, and that is just so scary. So these children, we have to be scared of these children because they're capable. But it wasn't the threats that canceled the show. Ultimately, it was all the lawsuits because they were hit with a ton of copyright infringements. I'm not entirely sure how this resulted to the show ending, but these lawsuits definitely hurt the reputation of the show, and they ultimately took it off TV. There was some drama a few years after the show ended because the creator of the show, named Cheryl, actually created the show because her son had nothing to watch on television. Well, that son grew into a man, and in 2013, he shot his neighbor. He was arrested because he claimed that his neighbor was trespassing, which I thought if you shoot someone who's trespassing, that you're allowed to do that. I don't know. Maybe that's Virginia laws, but I'm pretty sure if you're on someone's property and they don't want you there, aren't you allowed to just shoot them? I don't know. He actually got 15 years in prison, so I guess he wasn't allowed to do that. Maybe it was super unnecessary, but I found it interesting because Cheryl's son inspired the show and now he's in jail for, it looks like another 2015, so until 2030. So Barney is a creep when it comes to his new business and the business he's had all along, but he's not a drug addict. I found so many rumors online, like one asking Barney if he had cocaine hidden in his outfit, specifically his tail.
Always been bizarre conspiracy theories about the previously unknown guy who played Barney. The silliest of these rumors, which still pops up from time to time, is that the actor who played Barney was a crazy cocaine addict, supposedly so addicted that he hid his prized cocaine stash up Barney's purple tail.
There are still a ton of articles on the internet claiming that Barney was addicted to cocaine, that he was hiding this drug inside his costume, that he used his costume to smuggle marijuana. None of those things ever happened. He's just a creep who's forcing people to pay him to do it with him. But he's got at least 30 customers, so he must be doing something right. I just wish that he could do this legally because the way he's doing it is not okay. And I also feel like he's doing some emotional manipulation because these women are probably lonely on Tinder looking for someone. They find him, he convinces them to do his program, and they're getting some satisfaction, I guess, from being with him, but it's not what they were initially looking for while going on, Tinder. But I did look at his website and he explains a little bit of what you get from this massage. And let me just read a little bit. He says, "I will begin by having you lay down on your stomach first, beginning with your feet first. I'll gently massage you with warm aromatic oil. Nothing will escape my attention. Your energy flow is stimulated and senses awaken as your body's sensitivity increases." Oh my God, I'm starting to sweat. "You'll be coached to breathe properly as I sink into you. Sink you into a deeper level of relaxation." He's calling it a ceremony, and he will end the massage by slowly and gently and with much respect removing his hands as you continue to ride this beautiful wave of ecstasy. Oh my God, I cannot read this anymore. I'm literally starting to sweat. I'm getting goosebumps. I can't. Someone actually gave a testimony. "My job was to embrace everything so emotions can be released. During a long and exceptionally expert yoni massage, I experienced my first full body orgasm. It was literally the most sensational thing I've ever experienced. It was the most intense single..." Okay. Okay, this is definitely not the same experience as Elmo. If you haven't seen my Elmo video, still illegal, but very different. And a lot of people were asking me to talk about Barney, and this is who Barney is. So I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. There are a bunch of people on Twitter asking, does he wear this suit while he does it? Who knows? Someone says, Orgasmosaurus Rex. I can't with you people. Another person writes, wait, so Barney has been pimping. I guess he's been pimping himself. Another person writes, somehow this is the most 90s end result possible. A person wrote, I told people that boy wasn't right, but no, he's just a friendly dino. Another person writes, as if I didn't hate that stupid purple lizard enough already, now he's a loon too. Definitely a weird story. I need to hear your comments below. I really do. And I've got another P.O. Box item coming my way, but it's not here yet. So I'll see you guys in a new video soon. If you have any other video ideas for me, here's my email. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.